Hello and welcome to Saturday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where we've got another puzzle today by Nicolas Duhail, who I have definitely been taking more notice of in recent weeks. He is a brilliant constructor, and we're getting more and more recommendations for his puzzles. Now, I found this one on Logic Masters. I don't know if you can see oh, you probably can't. Oh, no, you nearly can. You see, it says there 99% approval rating, 3 stars out of 5 for difficulty. And if we scan down just slightly, oh, as Maverick takes off, you can see that the comments, I love this one from Douglas, perhaps. Is this the perfect Sudoku or what? Snooker fan says it's a lovely math puzzle. I like maths puzzles, so I'm looking forward very much to having a go at Farrago. And by the way, if you are one of the people who doesn't watch the birthdays, etc., and wants to kick into the puzzle, just check the rules, because there is a rinky-dink. These are not region sum lines, or they are, but there is an additional rule to take into account. And anyway, we'll do the rules together in a moment or two's time. What else can I tell you about? Well, I hope we'll be back in the Blueprints Mansion on Monday. So 10 p.m. UK time. Love to have your company for that on Easter Monday. What else? Oh, over on Patreon, we've got our brand new competition that's been going since the 1st, and you have been loving this. Let me just see if I've got there we go. Oh, sort of needs to be increased in size, doesn't it? But that's, of course, Sandra&Nala and their famous fog Sudokus. So if you enjoy fog Sudoku, and even if you don't, because there are some that are not fog Sudokus in the pack, that is the competition over on Patreon right now. Loads and loads of you have been having a go and enjoying those puzzles. And they're not monstrously difficult, so you will get through them if you give them a good go. And you've got until the 20th to get your submissions in and be in with a chance to come onto the channel and solve a puzzle. What else? Oh, birthday. I've got one birthday today. Camilla, it's your birthday. And I know this because your husband, Alex, wrote to me. Told me that you watch every night. So thank you so much for doing that. You're in, I'm not going to say this correctly, but I'm going to try. Avellaneda? Is it Avellaneda? In Argentina. I don't know how badly I've butchered that pronunciation. I think I got Argentina right. It's the Avellaneda bit that I might have got wrong. But Camilla, I know that you're into cats and chocolate, so I hope that today you get a very, very well iced, hopefully homemade chocolate cake with the correct ratio of icing to cake, of course, which is 1:1. Yes, you know. And that's all the news. So why don't we have a look at Farrago by Nicolas Duhail. The rules are not going to take long to read. What we've got to do is to put we've got normal Sudoku rules applying. So we've got to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. And the box borders divide each blue line into segments, and those segments along a line have the same sum. So let's do this one. So those three, whoopsie. Lost my army. These three and these three are the 3 different segments along this blue line. And what we're being told is that the purple segment sums to the same as the green segment, sums to the same as the yellow segment. Sorry about Maverick's incredibly low there. Sometimes Maverick buzzes past and he's relatively high, and I think the microphone filters most of that out. But when Maverick really does buzz past the tower that is my office attic, I imagine you can hear him, and I apologise to you on his behalf. Anyway, there is one more rule today, which I think is going to be crucial. It says additionally, digits may not repeat on a line. So if we look at this line, you can see it's split into 2 segments. But you can't repeat a digit anywhere on the line. So that's going to have a significant impact, I think, on the sort of mathematical logic of the puzzle. Do have a go. And the way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. I mean, I think I'm going to go to the secret first. I'm not sure where I'm meant to start, but I'm going to start here because there are 9 different Sudoku digits, and this is a 9-cell line. So given we're told we can't repeat digits along a line, we know that that's essentially an extra region of the puzzle. That green line has to contain the digits 1 to 9 once each. Now, if you know a secret of Sudoku, and I'm sure you do if you've been watching the channel, but even if you don't, I will share it with you because I always share it with my favourite people. And basically my favourite people include those who watch the channel. So the secret of Sudoku is that all 9 Sudoku digits, if you sum them once each, sum to 45. So let's think about the maths of this line. We know the digits on it sum to 45. We know there are 3 different equal sizes of segments. So 45 divided by 3 is 15. So we know those 3 sum to 15, those 3 sum to 15, and those 3 sum to 15. Now, I don't know what that means. I suspect we have to do something with these rectangles, to be honest, because I just imagine as a constructor, if you have an idea about something, you probably try it and implement it as often as you can. So there'll be something clever about these rectangles. I mean, each of these rectangles is 8 cells. Yeah, okay, let's just spend some moments in the company of these rectangles, because they all share another property as well. They aren't just 8 cells large. They all span 4 different boxes of the Sudoku. If we look at this one, you can split its segments. It's got 4 different segments on it, and they're all 2 cells large. And the same is true of that one, and the same is true of that one. So what we know, therefore, is that the digits on the whole of these 8-cell lines must sum to a multiple of 4, so that each segment can, if we call that segment and say it sums to x, then obviously that line overall sums to 4x, which must be divisible by 4. So, given that we know if it was a 9-cell line it would sum to 45, we're missing digits, or we're missing a single digit such that the remaining digits sum to a multiple of 4. So 44 would work, wouldn't it? If we missed a 1, maybe that's what we have to do with the 1 given. But if we miss a 1 off, then the remaining digits would sum to 44, so each segment would sum to 11, and they'd be a 2, 9, a 3, 8, a 4, 7, and a 5, 6 in some order. But we could miss 5 off, couldn't we? No, hang on, yes we could. Yeah, 1, 5 or 9 are going to be the digits that we're missing off the lines. If we miss 1 off, each segment will sum to 11. If we missed 5 off, the remaining digits sum to 40, so each segment will sum to 10. And if we miss a 9 off, the remaining digits sum to 36. 36 divided by 4 is 9, so each segment would sum to 9. So the segments on all of those lines either sum to 9, 10 or 11. Maverick's about to fly over again. I don't actually know what that means. Do I know what that one is then? If each of these is 9, 10 or 11, the maximum those 6 cells could add up to would be 33, plus 1 is 34. So this could be as low as 11. But if each of these was a 9, that would be 27 plus 1 is 28, and that would be 17. No. So it's a minimum of 11 and a maximum of 17. 17 would have to be an 8-9 pair. And then this would have to be an 8-9 pair as well. Oh, no, that can't work, can it? Of course it can't. Sorry, I was lost in region sum lines and forgetting that you're not allowed to repeat a digit. Oh, okay, so maybe this line. Let's think harder about this line. That is weirdly also an 8-cell line, so it's only missing one digit. But its mathematical property is different though, isn't it? Because that line only has 3 segments on it. In other words, the digit that's missing from this line must be a multiple of 3. Because 45, if it was a 9-cell line, it would be exactly divisible by 3, and it could be split into 3 equal segments. We've seen that with this line. Now this needs to... The remaining digits on this line, once we miss a digit out, they need to be divisible by 3. So seeing as 45 itself is divisible by 3, the digit we're going to miss off this line will be divisible by 3. So we're either missing a 3, a 6, or a 9 off this line. And if we're missing a 3 off the line, the digits on it will add to 42, and each segment will be a 14 segment, which is certainly, that was within our range, wasn't it? Which was 11 to, or 17. You can't do 17 here, and you can't do 6. Well, hang on, let's just work out what you can do. So 14 is possible. Is it 13 and 12 for the other ones? If we miss 6 off the line, the remaining digits sum to 39. Yeah, 39 divided by 3 is 13. And if we miss 9 off the line, we've got 36 remaining on the line. So 36 divided by 3 is 12. So this line adds up to 12, 13. Or each segment on it sums to 12, 13, or 14. And these are 9, 10, or 11. Oh, that's 15. I don't know, I still haven't got this, have I? I'm so sorry, I don't understand this yet. There's only 2 lines. I've not looked at that line, which doesn't... I mean, this doesn't look a propitious line. That's a 7-cell line. And that one is a... Let's try this one first. That is a 6-cell line. So, what can we say about it? We know that the digits on it all have to be different. So its minimum sum would be 21, which it can't be. Because if the digit 21, because 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 is 21. Sorry, I sort of elided over that, thinking everyone was as au fait with triangular numbers up to 9 as I am. But the only reason I know that is from doing a lot of Sudokus. So if the reason this can't be 21 though is obviously it's got to split into 2 segments, which means the digits on it are even. They have an even sum overall. So the minimum would be 22. And that would make this an 11. And we know that's a 15, don't we? So 26 is the absolute minimum of those, which means the absolute maximum of these... Oh, my phone's buzzing, that's fine. The absolute maximum of those is... Wait, hang on. The maximum of those is 19 then. That's the first restriction we've actually got that's meaningful. Because I think we've just worked out the maximum sum of those 4 digits is 19, but I think the minimum would be 18, because we know each of the rectangles has a segment sum of 9, 10, or 11. So I could do a 9 there and a 9 there and make those sum to 18, but there's only one degree of freedom if they're either 18 or 19. Let me just double check that. So 15, minimum there is 22, 11, 26, yeah, 19 is the max. So the maximum of those is 19, 20, so these sum up to 20, 20 or 19, because we could make each of those 9 so that these 4 add up to 18. Right, so these digits here add up to either 19 or 20. And those digits, therefore, add up to either 25 or 26. But this one, this is quite complicated, sorry. So this one is either 9, 10 or 11, isn't it? Well, we do have to be very careful then. Hang on, what's the absolute maximum? Oh, I think I've gone mad. I think I've lost... No, the maximum is 11 there. Ah, right, hang on. So I've just worked out, I think, that the indigo adds up to 19 or 20. So the orange adds up, to make the whole box add to 45, the orange adds up to 25 or 26. What's the maximum I can make orange add up to? So forget about indigo for a moment. Let's just think about the absolute maximum that we've deduced. We worked out that it's possible on a rectangle for you to have 11 dominoes. So that's 11 as a maximum. Now this was 14, wasn't it? Because we said you miss a 3 off the line, so the rest of the digits sum to 42. 42 divided by 3 is 14, so 14 and 11 is 25. So I can't make those add up to more than 25. But I have that, so they have to be 25. Because they were 25 or 26, I can't make them add up to 26. It's impossible. So this is 25, this is 20, which means these are 19, which means these are 19, so these are 26, and that's 15, so this is 11. Right, so the first pencil mark I'm going to make is that this line sums to 22, and in 6 cells I know what that is. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. It's the only way to do it. And each parcel, each segment along this line sums to 11. So how do we get to 11 in these 2 cells given the options? That's got to be 4, 7. Oh, funny noise. So this is a 1, 2, 3, 5 line. Those add up to 15. And I don't know the order of this. One of these is a 9 line and one of them is a 10 line. And the same is true here then, obviously. But I know what we should do. We worked out this line had to be a maximum line, which was a 14 line for it. Which means that this domino sums to 14 and this domino sums to 14. Now there's only 2 ways of making 14 dominoes in Sudoku. And given we can't repeat a digit, we're looking at 5, 9 for one option and 6, 8 for the other. So that digit, or that cell, sees all of 5, 6, 8 and 9. Because as I say, one of these is 5, 9, the other is 6, 8. I don't know the order, but they're looking at this cell. So this cell is 1, 2, 3, 4 or 7. And these cells add up to 14. Yeah, well, we know what they are, don't we? Because we know there's a 3 missing from the line. So these are 1, 2, 4, 7. This is really clever. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised. I'm not surprised. And this, okay, they added up to 11, didn't they? So this adds up to 11. So this line is not 4, 7 or not 2, 9. So this is either 3, 8 or 5, 6. And this line, we can work out what this line adds up to. because we can just do the secret on it. These add up to 25, so these add up to 20. And one of them is a 9, and the other is an 11 pair that's whatever is not used here. So what does that mean? So hang on, so this line, this is a 7-cell line, which means it's missing 2 of the digits from 1 to 9, but it adds up to 40, because we know that this segment adds up to 20, so does this one. So it's missing either a 1-4 pair or a 2-3 pair. It's missing one of those. I don't know which of those I prefer as the option. And so, okay, so this adds up to 20. That's adding up to 11. So these are 31. So those are 14. Oh dear, I'm getting stuck here. I don't know what to do. Do I know what this one is? This is either a 9 or a 10, isn't it? Yeah, that's lovely, actually. Look at this domino. I'm going to think about whether this can be a 9, because one of these is 9, one is 10. And until I've thought about it now, I didn't know which was which, but I can look at this and it will reveal it. Because if this was a 9 sum, how would we make it work? It couldn't use 1, 8, 2, 7, 3, 6 or 4, 5. It's just impossible. So this is the 10 sum, which means and that does work because this can still be 4, 6. It can't be 1, 9, 2, 8 or 3, 5 because 1, 2, 3 and 5 have gone from the box. So 7 in this box is up here now, which means it's over there. And this is a 10 line. So this is a 10 line, this is a 10 line, and this is made up of 9 lines, which is nearly really interesting. So this can't be 4, 5 or 2, 7, so it's either 3, 6 or 1, 8. And it's not 1, 8 because of the, yeah, that's it, look. Where's 1 in box 8? And I don't know, but I know it's in one of these 3. So it's not up there. So this is 3, 6. Actually, is that? No, that seems okay. That can be a 3, can't it? That can be a 6. 6 is in one of these cells. This isn't 6 anymore, so this isn't 8 anymore. There's a 4 up here as well. And this is a 10 domino, but it's either 1, 9 in that order, or perhaps 2, 8 in either order. And I don't think I know which. 5 in this box has to be on the top line, look. So, oh, I see. Yeah, that makes sense. So 5 is up. Oh, so it's not there. Yeah, these are 7, 8, 9, aren't they? Does that help me? No, no, I don't think it does. But this triple here, which we know adds to 15, but it's got a 5 on it, so 2 of its digits add to 10, and they are whatever is not used in this domino. Right. So, okay, I don't know what to do now. Is this in any way obvious? It could be. This isn't a 3. What's this line? It's very hard to remember. That line is an 11 line. which, that's, okay, this one can't be 4, 7 because of that cell. Oh, that's really clever. Right, not of me. I know, I've been slow to this. Right, what I'm going to think about now is actually this bottom line. Because what we worked out about this line is that it doesn't have either 1, 4 or 2, 3 on it. But a digit it does have on it is 7. Where is that? And the answer is I don't really know, but it's clearly not in these 3 cells. So it's in one of those 4 cells. But that means that on this line, one of the pairings is definitely 4, 7, because there's just a 1 missing from this line. And each segment adds up to 11. So this can't be 4, 7. That can't be 4, 7. So this is 4, 7 on this line, which means this is 6 and this is 4. That's not 7. And 4 is in one of those. So 4 is nearly knocked off this line. If I could get rid of 4 from it, I would know it didn't have 1 on it as well. Oh. Well, now, because 6 isn't in this sequence, there's definitely a 5, 6 pair in one of these 4 cells. So this isn't a 5 at the top of the column. I mean, I don't really know how to pencil mark that. Let me think. Oh, no, it's easier than that. No, this is gorgeous. Again, right, so 5 and 6 I know are in these cells, but I don't know which domino they're in until we remember that if this was a 5, 6 pair, how would we make this domino add up to 14? Because this domino is either 5 and 9 or 6 and 8. You couldn't do it. So this is not 5, 6. This is 5, 6, which means it's not 3, 8. So now this line is 3, 8, 9. And that might mean something. 6, oh, nearly. 6 is very restricted in the middle box. But if it's on this line... Oh, no, you can't. You can't repeat 6 on that line. There we go. You can't repeat 6 on this line. So 6 in the middle box is actually placed, and that gives us 8 here, which means this is not 6, 8. This is 5, 9. So 9... 9 in row 7 is what I'm wondering about, but actually it could still just about end up here. Look, oh, but where's 8 around this? It can't be there, so this has to be 3, 8. Yeah, that's big. That's big because no, it's not actually, is it? Sorry. I was just wondering if that told me what was missing from this line, but it doesn't. This is 2, 9 now. There's the only other way of getting to 11. So that isn't 9. That isn't 2. And this adds up to 10. And it isn't 1, 9, 2, 8 or 4, 6. So that's 3, 7. And therefore this, which adds up to 9, is 4, 5. Which means 4 can be placed in box 8. It's lovely, this, isn't it? It's very, very cleverly set. Now 9 I haven't put into the column, so that's 9, which must, we know there's a 5 on this line, and we know that's there now. So 9, 5, 1, this must be 8, this must be 2, because we know that that's a 2, 8 pair now. This isn't a 1 anymore. And so now we can't put 9, 5 and 1 on the rest of the 9 lines, so that takes 1 out of this cell. And that 4 is giving me more joy up here. So 4, 7, 7, 3, 3, 8, 9. Now, what can we do with that? What do we need around this line? We need a 10 pair. So this is a 1, 9. It's the only pair we haven't we haven't worked out. And if this is 3, 8, that's a 9 up there. So that's a 9, that's a 1, that's a 2. Take 2 off the rest of the line. We can get the digit at the bottom of the column. 5, I want to say. So that's 5, that's 9, that's 9, that's 8. And 3. Oh, hang on. I've messed this up. Well, I haven't messed it up, but I've missed a point. The point was that this line was missing 2 digits that summed to 5. Now, for some reason, I had in my brain they were going to be in those cells. But actually, look, there's a 3 here. So we can't be missing 2, 3 off this line. It's got to be missing 1, 4. So this can't be a 4. And we can work out what's on the line now. It's got to have 2, 2, 4, 7, I think. No, it can't be 4. It's 2, 7 and something. 2, 7 and 6 and 5. Do they add up to 20? They do. They do by some miracle. So this is 2, 6, 7. And these digits are 1, 4, 9. Oh, so we know where the 4 goes. Okay, let's see if that helps with any Sudoku. These digits here are not 9. This is a 9. This is a 1 using this. Okay, so it nearly worked. But maybe not quite enough for us to... There's a 9 in one of these by Sudoku. And this line, the remaining pairs that we've got to put on it that add up to 9, don't forget, are 1, 8 and 2, 7. So we could do this. That is a legitimate thing to do, I feel. And in fact, look, 1 can't go there. So 8 can't either. This is 2, 7. So this is 1, 8, and we know the order. Yeah, that's been available for a while, I think. But never mind. Now this can't be 2 or 7, so that is 3 or 4. But this column needs 3s, 4s, and 6s. Bother. 3, 4, 6, 3, 6. 8 has to go on the long line, because there's 1 of every digit on the long line. So 8 is in this domino, and it has to partner up with 2 digits that sum to 7 to make its segment add up to 15. But this is a 3 or a 4. So the other digit must be a 3 or a 4 as well. So this is an 8, 3, 4 segment. And now that can't be 3 or 4 because it would repeat on the line. And hopefully there's a way of 7, 2 would work. 6, 7, 2 would work. That would add up to 15. It would use the other digits. So this is now 9 by Sudoku. 9 is in one of those 2 cells. And what do we need in box 1? 3, 4, 5. So we can put the 5 in. And we've got a 3, 4 pair into the other cells. That 5 gives me a 3 over this side. 1, 5, they can all go in. 5 is in one of 2 cells in box 6. Now, where do we go from here? As Radiohead once asked so presciently. Right, this is a 3. This is a 4. Oh, this is all sorted. Just didn't notice. This 4 is good. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's a 4. That's a 7. That's doing work. That's 4. That's 5. That's 5 now by Sudoku. So box 6, what do we need? 2, 3, 6, 8. So we can put the 3 in anyway. That's a 6 because it can't be 2 or 8. I get left with a 2, 8 pair. That fixes this as a 9. This is a 2. What have we not put in this row? We can put the 9 in there, and we haven't put 6 into this row. And now we need these to be a 1, 5 pair, which we can do. The 3 and... oh, yeah. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. So we've actually We're getting there, I think. How long's the video? It's one of the shorter videos in recent times. This is a 2 by Sudoku. This is a 4. This is a 1. I hope I haven't made an error here. This is 6, 7, 8. In the rest of the... This 3 is giving me 3 and 8 over here. This can't be 2. This can't be... Oh, 1. 1 in this box is placed. So 1, 7, 2, 6... 5. So this one isn't 8, this one isn't 6, that one isn't 8 either, so we can place the 8. Place a 7 over here, 7, 8, 8, 2, 2 in the corner, 6 here, 6, 7, wow, finishing with a 6, 7. Let's uncolour those, they didn't need the colour in the end. That is a beautiful puzzle again, Nicholas. You are a very, congrats, I hope you enjoyed, a very gifted setter indeed. That was lovely. It was quite arithmetic, wasn't it? We had to sort of narrow down the options. But then once you did, it flowed beautifully. It was a really nice idea. It's a really nice idea. I think anybody with a love of sort of quite, I was going to say basic's the wrong word, but elegant maths would get a kick out of that. I think Terry Tao would get a kick out of that personally. Let me know in the comments how you got on with the puzzle. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.